Hey guys, SKS Boys here, and today I'm making another video for FNAF, of course, and FNAF is, of course, coming down to an end, and last time I made a video, the theory wasn't really put out to be that much because I forgot so much of my theory, and so, who is the purple guy? Because no one really knows who it is. He's mysterious, everyone talks about him, and who could it be? There's only and could it be this really is kind of hard to understand, but it's really there's only one person we actually know who's a human, and that's the phone guy. And the phone guy is really he's just a guy who talks on the phone to give people advice. No one would really talk to him. No one would actually give him information about that because he's just the guy who records phone operatives. Well, I mean, voice recording. So, who the hell would actually give him information? He's just he's not even part of the family of Fazbear Entertainment. He's just the guy who records, helps the guys go through the nights, and that's it. So, he hates the puppet for one. And and to be honest, if he hated the puppet, then that means because he knows that something is going on with that puppet, which is the child being possessing it, which means he knows that the children are possessed because of and plus he also and if you go back to FNAF 1 and one of the phone calls, he actually says they're making weird noises, which then he stops for like a few seconds for sure. I can't remember. I haven't played FNAF 1 in a while, and I haven't listened to any of the like voice calls and that. Like the calls, I just muted them all the time, cause screw your bullcrap guy. But anyways, so the phone, and also he loves Foxy, and this is kind of tracing back to Foxy Go Go Go. Foxy Go 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 mini game where people were thinking that he just killed these children because Fox is the only one that the animatronic that's there, and and the purple guy probably bolted away when he heard people, and he was grinning, and you know, yeah, and also phone guy knew about all the things. So and then the purple guy, of course, had a taser to tase the animatronics when they're trying to get him when the marionettes like bring him over. The purple guy tases Freddy and everything like that. So and then as soon as he's there, he's looking back at his own place, but there's a plot hole right there. Let's go back to FNAF 1. He is apparently killed by the Golden Freddy, which of course people think he is, but maybe he's not killed at all. Maybe unless there's one thing that I just thought of as saying this. As he was down there, he was making the phone call. He was making the phone call while downstairs at the old restaurant, which is where FNAF 3 takes place for the building, which is I think that's where it is. But he goes back to the building because to the very first Finest Freddy, where the very first like Fred Fazbear's Entertainment, not Fredbear Family Diner, Fazbear Entertainment, like the very first one before FNAF 2. So when you go to that one, he's making it, and that's when he hears knocking. It's a door that the child is, and it's from the dead children. The dead children are knocking to him and telling him everything, which means that the reason why we're seeing Golden Freddy is because maybe the kid that we play as that's happening, that is Golden Freddy. Golden Freddy is the child that scares him, and then as he dies, that's when the laughter, maybe the laughter of Golden Freddy, as he scares the phone guy. Maybe he scares the phone guy while making that sound of Golden Freddy. Maybe that could be it, which is all tracing back over to FNAF 1. Well, before FNAF 2, which is a prequel of the prequel, which could mean that, which actually goes back to FNAF 4, where where everything is going back to this. FNAF 4 is, of course, probably the very first Fazbear Entertainment, because it takes place in 1983, which is where bodies of the children were actually murdered, and also where something happened there, which is spring lock mechanisms. And what we know of what happened there is that 2 employees have died. That could be a lie. There probably only one spring lock. And how come Springtrap was not closed down? Why was only Golden Freddy? Because of the child that was killed because of the spring lock mechanism. That's why Springtrap is not like that's why they still have him. They're just using him for special emergencies. And that's why he's still functional, not Golden Freddy, which is kind of odd, even though that of course FNAF 3 Golden Freddy is actually Freddy for FNAF 3, unless Golden Freddy is not present in that game, except for the dead child that we play as for him. Only Golden Freddy, Freddy, which is kind of difficult. Which is kind of difficult. Kind of get difficult. So, which I don't really know. This is really hard to say because I've been like thinking of things on and on and on, like wondering what is going on here, because FNAF 2, it gave us such little information, but everyone thought they banged it. They solved everything. But then FNAF 3 came out, more crap came out, which then we knew that we only came out with a part of the story, or not even part of it, like quarter of the quarter of it, which I don't even know what is Scott think like. But when FNAF 4 came out, we realized that we have cracked something. We cracked something, which might have been half of the puzzle, half of the piece of the puzzle. Which means, where's the other half of the puzzle? Where is it? It's lost, but we need to find it. Every theorist, or even the people that play FNAF and actually come up with like a lot of theories, you must help everyone. You must help the game theorists and everything like that find the missing piece of the puzzle, so we can finish this puzzle of the thing, and then after we might actually know what's happening in the box, or from another thing, or which is kind of sad, to be honest, but maybe in the box is actually the puppet. The puppet's inside the box, which is the only thing there, and we are forgetting about the puppet because we don't go to the puppet at all, unless we're forgetting about what's the actual point of the game. That's what Scott is saying. It says some things must be left forgotten forever, which means that we said something back of FNAF 1 and FNAF 2, and we haven't been thinking about it at all ever since FNAF 3 and FNAF 4 came out. And so we need to figure out what we said during FNAF 2 and FNAF 1, so we can finally figure out what he means by that. And also, I think I might know why the puzzle, we're pretty much right now, we're being like an animatronic. We're being the puppet. Scott is pretty much being the purple guy right now because he's pretty much murdering our minds, and we're all becoming a puppet, which means we're becoming the puppet or the marionette right now, because he's just plotting something. He's plotting something big for. He might just be like he knows that there's a big piece of the puzzle that we're missing, and and he probably heard us saying this in the first game. He's like, "Oh God, I think this figured out part of the puzzle." And then when FNAF 2 came out, he's like, "Oh my God, they're almost done with the puzzle." And then when FNAF 3 came out, it's like, "Oh, they lost out half of the puzzle. Now it's only a quarter of the puzzle finished." Then after soon as FNAF, and that's when we figured it out for FNAF 3. Is like now half of the puzzle is completed. As soon as we got to FNAF 3, FNAF 4, we pretty much completed. Oh, like there was like probably about like 25% left of it, and then we just did something wrong. Then we have to find half the puzzle left. What is that we're missing? There's tons of things that we could be missing right now. But obviously I can't say anything else right now because I don't know anything else. If you guys do know anything else about it, please tell me. And also I might just put your theory in the video, So yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed this really big theory right now. Like, I know it could be complicated, but if you, like, put it in the right place, maybe you'll figure it out and then be like, oh, I know what he's saying now. But, yeah. So, I hope you guys enjoyed. Please leave a like, subscribe, and,